to be a good dancer, you have to be able to make yourself, to move very well, you have to know how to make yourself still. Unless you know how to be still, completely still, there is no, your movement is just a monkey jumping around.
Monica Singh Sangwan. She is a very pivotal person and very dear to me. She's my Odissi teacher, and she made me choose between Odissi and Bharatanatyam because she felt that this Patra should only hold one. And it was a very tough choice to make, but you know, the way I practice my art form and a lot of it has been influenced by Monica Didi.
So I will speak from my own experience. I came from India to Australia on a distinguished talent visa. So this is a special kind of a visa which is given to artists who have reached a certain kind of a stage or recognition. And I got this permanent residency from India itself. I was recognized for my work. After I came here, I found that there is a preference for bringing artists in from India who can sometimes be, you know, artists, everybody is working hard and everybody has their own kind of image and background and whatever, But there is a certain taking for granted for the people who are already here and thinking that maybe because they are here, they must be of a lower grade of art form or whatever, and somebody that comes from India has the golden dust on them, and so the authenticity of that art is more. That's not true. You know, there are a lot of people here who have come from India who are very good qualified artists, and they have chosen to come here and spread their work, and so that shouldn't be that because they are here they should be taken as slightly inferior or lesser or whatever. It's a lack of information and an ignorance on the part of a lot of organizers who sometimes approach me for, say, doing something for, they have stopped doing that now, because now everybody, most of them know that, you know, do not approach me if you want to take me for granted, in that, you know, do a show for free and we'll give you publicity. I'm like, why don't I give you money to not give me any publicity and not approach me for a free show? So it's the other way around. But yeah, initially there would be sometimes, you know, people, and even now they want a 7-minute performance. I'm like, is the world going to end? Isn't there an apocalypse or something happening that, why do you want just 7 minutes? You know, at least move towards a basic 15 minutes of a performance. We work so hard. It's just, I don't understand that kind of a notion. So where that is coming from, if one were to sit back and think and not take it personally as, you know, it's something against me, I don't take it that way. I've genuinely tried to sit and think about what is the reason why are classical arts being given 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 7 minutes, 3 minutes, 2 minutes. I even recently had somebody asking me to do it for 3 minutes, and I said, why don't we hold silence for 3 minutes? That would be much more worthwhile than having us for 3 minutes, because, you know, by the time we'll enter the stage and go, it's 3 minutes. So I think somewhere there is a, I call the word, I would say it's the folklorization of art, of classical art. Now you wouldn't call the Petersburg ballet to come and do something for, say, 7 minutes or 8 minutes. You would call them for the whole season or whatever. Now somewhere classical art is not seen on that equivalent, that this is a classical art form, more intricate, so much more ancient, and takes so many years. It's filtered down to us through ages. This is some of the best of that, you know, strained high level quality art. Why is it being put across as a kind of a folk art form? And that happens when a lot of performers also willingly, you know, agree to, and I have also sometimes, you know, you have to eat, agreed to going and dancing for an organization or a performance festival where there's a bit of Odissi, a bit of something, I say, let's say Brazilian dancing, or there's a bit of some samba dancing, and then something this, and it's a putting together, or Irish dancing, tap dancing, everything is put together. So these are folk forms, or, you know, popular art forms. To put classical dance along with it, what we end up doing is we are turning it into a folk dance. So somewhere the fault lies with us as well. We can't just always be blaming the organizers for it. So somewhere one needs to reach out and try to educate the audience. So for me, that happened when about in 2016, as you know, I just was adamant, and I said, no, I'm not going to let anybody reduce us to 10-minute, 15-minute, you know, item numbers. And we created the Odyssey of Odissi dance, and we went on for 3 hours 45 minutes. And as you know, our show was sold out 2 weeks before, and the audience, even after that long, they were sitting and nobody left. So it's not that the audience doesn't want to see classical dance and doesn't want to see it in its full expanse. It's a journey, it's a pilgrimage. It's that organizers need to understand, and the artists themselves need to help the organizers to understand that don't make us fit into smaller and smaller spaces and try to feel like we are not worthy of owning that kind of space or time or the stage space there. So it goes both ways. So that's my perception, and this is not just happening in Australia, this is happening in India as well. But we have to think beyond that. We have to think, what is that doing to the art form itself? Is the art form now being reduced to a 15-minute or a 10-minute item piece? It was supposed to be a 2-hour long performance. It's a journey. It's a sacred space. The dancer goes through a process, and the audience goes through that process along with them. It's an offering of bhakti, of highest arts. It's navaras. I don't have words to express it. It is something that one has to be able to do and let the audience in and do it together. So that Margam format is at the heart and core of Indian classical dance, and the more we keep going and pimping it to accommodate it into all these kind of fancy festivals and all, it's self-defeating. It's self-defeating, and that's why I don't know, I just love this space where I can sit, teach, transfer that art form